Hello, and welcome back to 100 Days of Making Comics Day 3 now. This one is going to be a little different than the other two because I'm not going to be talking about the drawing the whole time, simply because it's self-explanatory. There's not a lot to talk about. And so the second half of this video, or really most of this video, is going to be me talking about my goals for the 100 days that I will be setting for myself and trying to achieve. So before we talk about the goals though, let's talk about this cute little moth that I'm drawing. Most of the plot in the story deals with the main character, Tori, who is an exorcist, interacting with ghosts and spirits and stuff. And not all spirits are exactly the same. There are the regular ghosts, like how everybody pictures a ghost, and there are a couple others, but the one that I'm drawing right now is what I have called a shade, which is a spirit of a person who hasn't moved on, hasn't rested in peace, but they've been wandering the mortal plane for so long that they've kind of faded. They've forgotten themselves. They haven't held on to the essence of who they were when they were alive, and so therefore they do not have a humanoid form, because if they did, then it would be the form of how they looked when they were alive. But since they've basically forgotten themselves, all shades take on the form of this made up moth that I am drawing right now. And I didn't really have the wing pattern thought of when I went into this, but I did know the effect of the moth, and so I brought up a bunch of reference images for body shape, wing pattern, and coloring and stuff. So I got a little creative with it, and I was looking up just regular moths, and one of them that was really popular that came up was the death's head moth. And I thought, oh my god, that's perfect. And I have a reference image of an actual death's head moth, and then a piece of jewelry that someone made of the death's head moth. And I drew inspiration from both of them, but what I settled on was an even bigger skull design. And I also drew reference and inspiration from those moths that really have super noticeable eye patterns that look like eyes, like those spots and stuff. And so the pattern of the wings is inspired by the death's head moth, but the actual shape of the moth is directly taken from the Luna moth. And I didn't feel like making up a completely new wing shape and stuff. I just saw this Luna moth and I thought, oh, that's super cute, super pretty, and mostly it was because the shape of the wings lends itself well to a striking visual image when drawn, essentially. So I chose the Luna moth, and in my reference photo, the Luna moth there had what is it called, antenna that just have the little barbs at the end. And you'll see that I start to draw a second Luna moth basically from the side, later on, and I give it different antenna just to see which one I liked better. I don't really know which one I like the best. I'll probably decide as I'm drawing the first shade in the very first scene that they appear in, knowing me. So that's it. I think the only other thing is that I made them glow, and it's hard to tell in this image, but I intend for them to be see-through as well. Like, not completely see-through, but pretty see-through, like the moth in the top right corner of the reference images. Probably not as see-through as that one, but you know what I get. It's a ghost moth, essentially, so it's gonna be a little transparent. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about my goals. And my goals are twofold. Actually, no, I'm gonna back up, and I'm gonna say that I'm separating my goals into quarters. So obviously 100 days, there's 4 25 groups of days. And this is so that I have something immediate to work towards, because 100 days is just over 3 months, and having to wait 3 months in order to achieve a goal it's too long. It's possible, but it's only possible when I have smaller goals to achieve in between, you know? So I have separated them into 4 quarters, and the first quarter is this section of videos that we're in right now, day 1 to 25. And I haven't set any goals past day 25 simply because I don't have any sense of how fast I can progress, and also because I don't want to set goals for like quarter 2 if I don't know what goals I have completed in quarter 1 and stuff like that. So here is quarter 1 goals. And these goals are twofold, like I said before. So the first batch of goals is my writing goals, and I guess there's really no way for you guys to verify if I've achieved this goal by day 25. But I mean, there's really no reason for me to lie. So my writing goal is having the first 5 chapters scripted, at least roughly. They don't have to be finished, they don't have to be ready for thumbnails, especially not like chapter 5. Chapter 1 to like 3, I am assuming that they will be ready for thumbnails by day 25 at least, like at the very latest. But my writing goals is having the first 5 chapters scripted out. And that is a very middle ground, I think, writing goal. I could say, like, have the first 10 chapters written, which is a little ambitious. Or I could say have the first chapter written, which I feel like is underestimating my ability to get them written and get them, out and stuff. So I'm setting middle ground goals for writing and stuff, because knowing myself, I'm not the slowest writer, but I'm not a fast writer. So first 5 chapters scripted by day 25. And then the second half of my goals are my drawing goals, and there are 2 of them. One of them is starting the thumbnails. Just, having the first 1 or 2 chapters finished to the point where I'm confident that I can start the thumbnails and I'm not going to have to like redo them because I changed, the script and stuff. So, the first drawing goal is starting the thumbnails, and that's something that I'm confident that's something that I'm confident is reasonable for 25 days. And the next drawing goal is something that is probably a little too ambitious, but I do have experience with like making comic pages and stuff. I did like a really small comic, and I never finished it, but I did like the first 11 pages, and so I know that if I tried really hard, I could probably get this goal done, but it is an ambitious one, and I'm not going to leave you hanging any longer. The goal is having chapter 1 thumbnailed and inked and just done. Having chapter 1 done. And that is, I know, it's ambitious. If I even just get like half of chapter 1 completely ready, then that's, in my eyes, an accomplishment. I am aiming for all of chapter 1, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't finish this goal completely, or if I don't even get to this goal, like, at all. Like, if I'm at day 25 and I'm like, yeah, I've only thumbnailed chapter 1 and that's it. This is a bonus goal. If I complete it, then I feel extra better about myself. And yeah, so those are my writing goals for this quarter. There's not a lot, because there's not a lot to do, in the sense that there's not like a variety of things to do. I'm in the beginning process, and the beginning is all just like getting the comic to the point where I can start thumbnailing, and that's just a bunch of little tiny pieces being put in place in order to make that happen, and those pieces are too tiny to make any sort of goals out of them. It's just like, make this character concept, plan out this location floor map and stuff like that, like tiny things. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching my process of making these moths, and I will also see you on day 25, and we will do like a quarter 1 goals update to see if I've completed them and I've met them, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll do like a little quarter 1 celebration, maybe. I have no idea. Don't hold me to anything, except that there will be a day 25 video. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm gonna stop talking now, and I'm gonna let you go. Okay. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.